YouTube, Capital G here, checking out a brand new effect monster that just got revealed coming out of Rising Rampage that already has some people saying that it's supposed to be the new Fairy Tail Snow, and I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of reminiscent of Snow. So let's go ahead and check out the Metal Snake Murakumo no Orochi, and yeah, I'm probably not gonna say that name again. Anyways, this card is a level 8 Dark Machine monster. It's not a reptile, even though it does have snake. I guess it's a metal snake, so it's whatever. It has 2450 attack and 2450 defense. Pretty good stat line for a level 8 monster, if I do say so myself. It says you can use one effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. So much like the Thunder Dragons, this is a card that has 2 effects, but you gotta pick and choose because you only get to use one of those 2 effects in any given turn. The first effect is definitely what is reminding people a lot of Fairy Tail Snow. It is kind of similar, not gonna lie. It says if this card is in your hand or graveyard, this is a quick effect, you can banish 8 cards from the top of your deck face down, special summon this card. Effect number 2, you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down, then target one face-up monster on the field, destroy it. So I think it's pretty easy to understand why this card is garnering comparisons to Fairy Tail Snow, even if obviously it is nowhere near as powerful as Fairy Tail Snow, hence the reason Fairy Tail Snow was banned in the first place in the TCG. The card was just too damn good. This is a monster, especially when you look at that first effect, that can special summon itself from the graveyard as a quick effect by banishing a bunch of cards, and when you say that aloud, that kind of sounds like Fairy Tail Snow. Now, Fairy Tail Snow, you know, was not a hard once per turn. That's the main reason that the card kind of got banned in the first place, and Fairy Tail Snow did have its disruption upon it being summoned. This card has disruption, but you know, it actually just like blows up a monster on your opponent's side of the field, or technically you could blow up your own monster, but you're probably not going to do that. Unfortunately, you can't activate both effects in one turn. I think I would have been perfectly fine, because at that point you're banishing what, like 11 cards. You're not really losing any hard resources per se, because this card is never going to actually make you go -1, which is something that I definitely like about this. I think this card could be an excellent asset for like a Grenmaju deck, especially if you pair this up with Pot of Desires. You activate them back to back, and I mean, basically you're talking about banishing 18 cards, or essentially half your deck just off the break. And think about this, right? Let's just say that you activated Pot of Desires and then you went ahead and you summoned your Metal Snake. If you normal summon your Grenmaju, you're basically ready to just kill your opponent at that point. You have more than enough damage to just basically OTK them. This card could also be excellent for something like DDR, which the Grenmaju deck also runs. You could discard this, you could summon a monster from DDR, and then you could summon this back later and power up your Grenmaju even more. I also think if you wanted to look outside the box, this could be potentially good in something like Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes can run things like Trade-In. This is a level 8 monster. Blue Eyes also makes a lot of rank 8 plays, and Blue Eyes also play like the Dangers. You could discard this from a Danger monster and then summon it back later in your turn, use it for Link Fodder or for like a Exceed play or something like that. I think that this card could be very valuable, and a certain amount of decks. I just named a couple of them. Again, my only gripe is that you can't blow up a monster during the turn that you summon this, but I actually like the design. As long as you're running, or as long as you have enough cards in your deck, you should always be able to summon this card without having to take a -1. Clearly not anywhere near as powerful as Fairy Tail Snow, but again, I don't think we're gonna get any more cards that are as powerful as Fairy Tail Snow that can summon themselves from the graveyard with, not hard once per turn effects, and kind of have disruption built in to when they're summoned as well. So whatever you guys think of the Metal Snake Murakumo no Orochi, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.